can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. What's on the other side of inhibition? Ooh, how do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so cool.
But now that I'm gone, you want me back. Yeah, I gave
Welcome back to the We Are City channel. Great to have people here again now. Last live stream, Manchester City versus Celtic. We managed to get ourselves 1.1 thousand viewers. Now, not all of you are active in the live chat, but 1.1 thousand viewers. That is absolutely spectacular. Thank you everyone for that. That was brilliant. City losing 4-3 to Celtic. We got to see some really exciting young players in that game. Celtic currently playing right now, and they're beating Chelsea by 4-0. So City's youngsters didn't do too bad. The Defendas is here saying City, City, City. The City team is out and is there. And Joel MCI is here. He says, just watched your most recent video on the City reboot. Guimaraes will be quality. Thank you, Joel. And thank you for all the support you have for this channel, Joel. You're an absolute regular on this channel. And it really is appreciated. City versus AC Milan today. Or Milan, as he likes to be called. Big game in the US. A big chance for City to impress again. The front three stays the same. The trident of Erling Haaland, Jack Grealish and Oscar Bob in that front three for Manchester City. The midfield does change. It is Phillips out and Maximo Pirone, who's a superstar in that game against Celtic. He's in there in the whole midfield role, the number 32. A young Argentinian with a lot of potential, I do believe. Rico Lewis is moved from right to left back. Callum Doyle comes in for Luke Mbete. Mohamed Sissoko comes in at right back for Esbrand, who was at left back before. I assume we're going to see Manchester City build up in the same sort of formation. A 2 of Doyle and Simpson Pussy, with then the goalkeeper stepping in to make it a 3. The whole midfielder Maximo Pirone will be joined by Rico Lewis and Mohamed Sissoko, and then it'll be O'Reilly and McAtee drifting wide in attacking positions, supporting our main man Erling Haaland, and in those wide areas interlinking with Oscar Bob and Jack Grealish. Captain today is the one-away goalkeeper Ederson, who looks like he might just be staying at Manchester City. City have a lot of options on the bench, but the two added players that I really like to pick out, and I put on there as well, is Joško Vardiol, who's joined the squad, and Mateo Kovacic as well. AC Milan side, they go with Tarani in goal. It is Calabria, Tomori, the English international, who's not really got enough games for England, has he really? Gabia and Terracino, the back four. A man to look out for is Ismail Benacer, pulling the strings in the midfield, the Algerian, joined by sometimes fullback, sometimes midfielder in Alessandro Florenzi, who's spent many of his career as a journeyman. He's been to plenty of clubs, hasn't he? Roma and Paris Saint-Germain, to name a few. Ruben Loftus-Cheek also in there, a real powerful central midfielder. And on the wide areas, it's Salamanca's heavily linked with a move away from the club, and Nigerian tricky winger Chukwueze, and Lorenzo Colombo, a superstar from the lower divisions of Italy in Serie B and Serie C. He's worked his way up into the first team of AC Milan. Milan's team is fairly strong, says Joel. Certainly is looking pretty strong, isn't it? And I'm glad to see the Croatians back as well, Joel. You know what I'm most interested about? If Joško Vardiol comes on the field for Pep Guardiola, does he play at centre-back in space of Callum Doyle? Or do we see Joško Vardiol play either in the right, probably not in the right back position, but in the left back position where Rico Lewis is playing, and drift into that midfield? Could we see Joško Vardiol playing an inverted fullback role, which we didn't really see him play for City last season? He either stuck back in a back three, or he bombed forward as sort of a winger at times, which is a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? We're about 1 minute away from kickoff in this one, which is exciting, to say the least. Exciting to know we are 1 minute away from kickoff. Manchester City taking on AC Milan. And the game is on City Plus, or if you are in the USA, then it might be on, I think it's on ESPN in the US. So that's certainly one you can look at. Celtic beat Chelsea by 4-1. But we want to see the Manchester City game, don't we? We want to see the Manchester City game. And that is what we're going to see. The game, the players are out onto the field, I'm sure. I'm ready for what could be an exciting kickoff today. I'm excited about the young players. Mohamed Sissoko is the man that I'm most excited about. I think he is the one that you look at and say, yeah, he is going to be the top player at Manchester City. I think we always say that in terms of what he can offer from midfield. He's a young player, but I do think he's going to be a standout player. Maximo Pirone is the most, what would I say, very, very impressive player in terms of the way he just taps the ball around, knocks it to each other. It's very impressive, Mohamed Sissoko, and so is Maximo Pirone. I'd like to see both of those on show for Manchester City today, and be key roles, play key roles in that side. Maximo Pirona, I'm unsure of whether he's going to be part of the City side next season. I am a little bit unsure of that one. I suspect that Manchester City might decide that a loan move is what Maximo Pirona needs. But I'm hoping that's not the case. And I'm hoping that Pep Guardiola says, listen, Maximo Pirona is good enough. The way he plays one-touch football, how he plays, he should be in that side. Well, Christian Pulisic, AC Milan forward, is in the AC Milan squad. He's there and ready to be part of it. Pep Guardiola is on the field as well. And City ready to take on AC Milan in what should be a really exciting game. Could we see Loftus-Cheek make his way back to the England team? I've heard good things about him from my friend who lives in Serie A because of Roma, says Joel. He's a very powerful midfielder, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He loves to drive at opposition players. He's got a bit of Matheus Nunes about him, I'd say, which can be positive and negative. I think when he was breaking into that England side, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a lot of people said, imagine him under Pep Guardiola. Imagine what Pep could do with him as a powerful, driving midfielder. Very, very technically gifted. I don't think it's worked out for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, unfortunately, has it, in his time, for whatever reason. He's not been able to be the player I think we expected of him. And that is a big shame, because I think he could have been a really important player for Chelsea. I think he should have been a really important player for Chelsea. And he hasn't been. Well, the game I expected to be kicking off at 11 o'clock. But from what I know at the moment, that isn't the case, because the game hasn't kicked off. And I did read 11 o'clock kickoff. But that might just be different now. Jack Grealish is throwing baseballs on the field here, having a laugh. Well, the game is coming up, but it looks like an 11 o'clock kickoff is not going to be the case here for Manchester City. Whatever reason, looks like we've got a bit of a delayed kickoff. Maybe it's going to be 5 past again, something like that. We've seen that before. But yeah, Manchester City versus AC Milan is going to be a real exciting one. And I'm hoping we see two sides go head-to-head and play absolutely at their best. Now, I'm under the assumption that this game kicks off at 11 o'clock. Manchester City have made it very clear this game kicks off at 11 o'clock. But I'm now seeing it made out to be that it might just be at 12 o'clock. Because the game hasn't kicked off. That can't be right. That cannot be right, can it? I don't want to be wrong in this one, but it's making me think that it might be later on. But yeah, Loftus-Cheek, Joel asked about Loftus-Cheek. I'm losing train of thought here because I'm expecting I've had a bit of a rush to today's stream, to be honest with you. I'm not prepared. Usually I have a few notes written down. Usually I have a bit of information for myself written down and so on. I usually have the team sheets already sorted like an hour before kickoff. Today has not been the case because I've been at a birthday party, a 21st birthday party. You guys will know him on the channel as Luke. You've seen him perform some wonderful goals in our Euro series and our World Cup series. I have been at the 21st birthday of Luke, and it was a very good party. Lots of people there. I had a really good time. His parents put on a great show. So my brother-in-law, it's not technically, but in that sense. And a happy 21st birthday to him. 21. You're only 21 once, aren't you? And that is it's a big age. I am getting close this month, next month anyway, to 25. Doesn't life go quick? Doesn't it just fleet by? And then in 25 more years' time, you're saying, wow, yeah, it certainly has gone quick, hasn't it? And things are getting deep here on the football. Let's think about the football. Speaking of 25-year-olds, Jack Grealish isn't a 25-year-old anymore like he when he signed for Manchester City, a player that still was considered a player with 5 years in his career. Pep Guardiola said that, you know, when he talked about players that could be key for 10 years' time, when he signed players, you think of a signing such as someone in a more attacking position like Bernardo Silva. He said Bernardo can be key for City for 10 years, but Pep Guardiola said at the time for Jack Grealish 5 years. He's come up to his 3rd year at City, meaning he could only have 2 years left at the club in Pep Guardiola's eyes. But Pep Guardiola, I think, while Guardiola's around, I think Grealish will be at Manchester City. I genuinely do believe that. And we'll have to see whether Pep Guardiola signs a new contract. That's been a big talking point, hasn't it? A very big talking point. Will Jack Grealish be at Manchester City next season? Will he be... will Pep Guardiola be at Manchester City? Well, I could say there's probably more chance of Grealish being at City than Pep Guardiola, because Grealish is a £100 million asset, isn't he, really, when you think about the sort of money City have invested. But I'm hoping that we do see Pep Guardiola sign a new contract. That is what we all want. That's not necessarily what we'll get, but that is what we all want, isn't it? We want Pep Guardiola to stay as long as Manchester City manager as possible. The two teams are now finally on the field, so we're going to have Premier 11:15 kick-off, which certainly wasn't made clear, was it? Manchester City in the home kit today. And who are you excited to see? Let us know. You can vote. And the game is close to getting underway. Finally getting things back on track now myself. Be excited to see. So City start with Ederson in goal. It is Rico Lewis, Simpson Pussy, Callum Doyle, and also Mohamed Sissoko in that back line. Sissoko playing at right back as we expect. Maximo Pirone, one that many people are excited to see alongside James McAtee and Nico Ryan in the midfield three. And it's Bob, Haaland and Grealish the front three. I think we all expect that Oscar Bob and Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland will be the three that start against Manchester United in the Community Shield, which is not too far away now on the 10th of August. I hope we see Bob play a bit this season. He's class, but with Bernardo, Doku, Grealish and Savio, our wing options are stacks as Joel. Well, Bob was absolutely electric in the previous game, Joel, against Celtic. Very, very impressive. Now, he said himself that he felt a bit rusty, which is understandable, but I think he made a real impact in that game, and I would like to see Oscar Bob be more involved in the Manchester City setup. I think like a lot do. I think he's certainly a player that's got a lot of quality, and like maybe Cole Palmer, I feel like he's a player that if we don't give him the chance, we might lose out to another team and then be going, I wish we kept him. I wish we kept him around. And we can't keep making that mistakes from our youth system. And we've also, the players have got to be patient themselves. Cole Palmer certainly wasn't patient. He said he was ready now to play first team football. He wasn't willing to wait for Pep Guardiola. I mean, Pep Guardiola made it clear, didn't he? He said, well, you know, Riyad Mahrez is going. So now is your chance. Now is your chance with Riyad Mahrez going. You can play for Manchester City. You will get your chance. And Cole Palmer said no. He didn't want to go on loan. He just wanted to leave. And he was set for a permanent move to West Ham United and a Lucas Paquetá deal before that move ended. And then Chelsea came on the scene as well and went on to sign him. But it is interesting, isn't it? What is the future for Oscar Bob? Because I think if he's not involved this season, we might see the Norwegian say he wants to go. But players are learning from the idea of being a bit more relaxed about playing time in particular, and more about when I get my chances, I've got to take them. And we've seen that particularly with James McAtee now. Pep Guardiola has spoke about how excited he is to see James McAtee play. And with James McAtee, the Salford Silver has been called, he's a very technically gifted footballer. Pep Guardiola says he knows exactly what McAtee can bring to the side. He knows the quality he does have, but he's got to show it. But he wants him part as the first team setup, doesn't he, this season? So Manchester City versus AC Milan, a very low camera angle here on ESPN in the United States. To kick off, Erling Haaland, Manchester City leading the line. No captain today. It is Ederson. Hammer underway between the two sides. Mohamed Sissoko starting at right back, and I'm absolutely against this camera angle personally. And City start with this time with a 3 and a 2 in the build-up with Nico O'Reilly deep. Interesting, so different from Manchester City today. Do you see Mike Guy have an impact at Chelsea, says Joel? I expect him to get loaned out, Joel. I think he's a very good player. I've seen him play a few times for the youth system of Barcelona, but I think he will get loaned out, unfortunately. City with a poor pass and they've given it away. But this is a very interesting camera angle here at the Yankee Stadium. Very low, very close to the players. And one that you can't really see tactical views exactly what you want to see. It feels like you sat on the sideline a little bit in the way that things look here at the Yankee Stadium. Bringing the ball out is Tarantino. Or Tarani, it is the goalkeeper for AC Milan today. Young goalkeeper. Wide left to Tomori. Evening all, says Chris. Evening to Chris. Well, let us know your goal predictions, your score predictions in the comments if you can. And we'll see if you anyway get it right. I said 4-2 to Manchester City against Celtic. I wasn't far off. It was 4-3 to Celtic. Loftus-Cheek in the chest. Taken down by Lorenzo Colombo and won back by Jack Grealish, who's playing very far inside at the moment. And Oscar Bob goes back towards Jamai Simpson Pussy. Callum Doyle. Simpson Pussy again. And And Mohamed Sissoko is basically playing as a centre-back today in a back three. Have they got pitch marked out for baseball, says Chris? Yes, they have. They play baseball on this pitch, as well as New York City play it and play football. Tackle on Oscar Bobby's giving the ball away. Good tackle by Salamakers. Weze works it on to Benacer. And back they go. And Jack Grealish pressing high here with Erling Haaland. Pushing back for Kayo Tomori and co. Long ball by Tomori on the left foot. It's scuffed behind. And it is a corner. But the lines are a little bit confusing to look at here. You think the ball's not going out of play, and you realise it's about 30 yards out of play, it feels like. With the two lines. Back to the goalkeeper, they go with Ederson. Ederson for Manchester City. Here's Simpson. Brings it forward with the right foot. Across the left-hand side to Callum Doyle. City building up in this back three. Maximo Pirone on the end of it. Rico Lewis, a nice little touch and turn. And in towards Simpson here. Well, City, we expected maybe in a sense that we'd see Maximo Pirone in the number 6. But at the moment, it looks like Nico O'Reilly is playing the number 6 for Manchester City. James McAtee. Nice drop of the body and shimmy of the shoulders. Up against Salamakers. Uses his strength well. James McAtee works it back towards Sissoko. Here's Callum Doyle for Manchester City. Doyle. Jack Grealish. In towards Maximo Pirone. Grealish is dispossessed. Too physical for him. Benacer holds up the ball really well. Drops the shoulder. Use of the body. Gets Milan back in possession. Ismail Benacer might be looking to impress Pep Guardiola today. Like I said, he was a player heavily on Manchester City's radar a few years ago. Oh, Tomori here. Under pressure now. He's boxing. Tomori has to clear it out for a throw-in. Well, play himself into trouble there for Kayo Tomori. And City with a high press. Nearly caught out there in his own box. Simpson. Callum Doyle. Wide left to Jack Grealish. Grealish for City. Back to Doyle. Into Rico and back to Doyle again. And back to Simpson here in the centre of the defence of Manchester City. Sissoko. Quick forward. Finds a bit of space for Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly into Oscar Bob. Touches by Bob on this right side. Good feet by Bob. It's a late tackle on Oscar Bob here. Referee says the bit AC Milan got the ball. Play on. Chukwueze picks up in a central position here. Chased by O'Reilly. He's a big man, Nico O'Reilly. Salamakers. Chops it from the left to the right. Back into the left foot, Salamakers. Wide to the fullback. He thought he was offside himself there, but the linesman says no. Chris, as you see, Celtic beat Chelsea 4-1 today. Yeah, just before this game. A big 4-1 win for Celtic over Chelsea, and City's 4-3 defeat. Doesn't look too bad, does it, considering Celtic have battered Chelsea. Chelsea's only goal coming from the penalty spot. Christopher Nkunku stepped up after Raheem Sterling was taken down the left-hand side of the box. Tomori. Benacer. Milan work it round the back. Tomori. Teleshino in the left-hand side. Salamakers. Back to Tomori. Into that man in that pivot. That is Benacer, the number 4. AC Milan are actually knocking it around pretty sharply. Under a new manager now in Pablo Fonseca. Previously at Lille. Impressed in Ligue 1. Poor ball forward there by AC Milan, and it's picked up by Sissoko. And City back in their own possession on the halfway line. Doyle. City very much building up in a 3-2 shape. Maximo Pirone is out-muscled by Pirone. Chelsea apparently drew 2-2 with Wrexham as well. That's not a good start for them in pre-season, but pre-season the results mean nothing. It's just about how you play. The confidence the players show, the young players, the fitness, the sharpness. They're what Pep Guardiola is considering concentrating on. And one thing he'd certainly just care about is not picking up any injuries. Throwing for Terracino on his left-hand side, the number 42. Universal Studios Orlando is sponsored around the stadium here. Maximo Pirone, nice feet. Back to Callum Doyle. Simpson. Sissoko. McAtee. Drop of the shoulder from James McAtee. He skips past the challenges, McAtee. Another big challenge on McAtee, and it's out for a throw into Manchester City down this right-hand side. Skipping past challenges. That was a great left-foot centre-back. I think he must hold on to him for now, says Joel. Well, apparently he's going to Norwich City on loan, Callum Doyle, after pre-season. But he's certainly one that Pep Guardiola and I think the City staff see a future for at the club. Simpson with a poor pass, he's giving it away, trying to break the lines. Haaland picks it back up, McAtee into Maximo Piron, onto Rico Lewis, who fires it out wide left to Jack Grealish, who takes a heavy touch here, and he's dispossessed easily by Captain Calabria. Chukwueze puts it through the legs of Callum Doyle, and it's a free kick towards Milan. Well, it certainly would be another good loan, wouldn't it, Joel, for Callum Doyle? He's played in a few promotion sides now. Got to the promotion final with Coventry. Promoted with Leicester City. I know you did that for him in your reboot, Creamer, says Joel. Yes, Callum Doyle to Norwich City on loan in the reboot. Nice ball into Lorenzo Colombo. He's dropped into a deep position on this left-hand side. Salamakers. Nice ball. Across the back line. Into Gabia. Loftus-Cheek. Gabia. Oh, ball in behind it to Loftus-Cheek, who's got behind Rico Lewis. And City are open here. And it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And a big save by the feet of Edison. Picked up by Chukwueze. Doyle misses it. And it falls into the hands of goalkeeper Edison. Big chance for AC Milan. Good save from Eddie. Stuck out a right leg then Edison. As Loftus-Cheek, it's like sort of a cross, sort of a shot right in front of the Brazilian goalkeeper. Low and hard. Edison gets it away. I think Carson should have started his Lisa. Well, he would have been a good option. MK is here. Evening MK. And a very good save, Edison there. Commanding goalkeeping. And here's Edison for Manchester City. Left-footed ball forward is given away. Straight to Calabria. Benacer. Wide right to Captain Calabria. Benacer, who is the little metronome in this AC Milan midfield, isn't it? Making things tick. Tomori. Tarani, the goalkeeper. Forced long by pressing of McAtee. It's well taken by Chukwueze, and it falls to Colombo here. And they've got a 3-on-3 here, AC Milan. Salamakas down the left-hand side. Sissoko with him. Ball in behind here. Full back with a cross into the box. Dealt with by Nico O'Reilly. Back out left to Salamakas here for AC Milan. Salamakas with the ball into the far post now. Up and over the bar. Off the right side of the post, actually. Behind foot. A goal kick. Lisa asks if you're tired. I've been quite busy today, Lisa. I got up and I did some videos for the YouTube channel, and I did a quiz. I said I was at a birthday party today, a 21st, for someone you might know from our YouTube videos, Luke. It was his 21st birthday. Well, ball forward by City dealt with. Haaland was in there. And I'm actually quite awake, and, you know, I've had a very nice time at a birthday party. 42 people in one house. Outside and inside. Got to talk to people, socialise, which is a big part of life, socialising. I definitely recommend you do it. You know, you lose a lot being cooped up and not talking to people. We're human, and we're meant to speak to people and socialise. There's a foul here by Benacer, and Erling Haaland's a little bit tight to him. Erling Haaland holding up play. Benacer pulling him all over. Haaland just an absolute physical force, isn't it? He held off Benacer easy there. Simpsons give away the ball again cheaply. Salamakers. Sissoko puts in a challenge. Salamakers skips away, but he's forced backwards. And AC Milan have possession in a further back position. Calabria. I was certainly tired after the previous game, MK, but they all seem to get earlier from now on. The previous game that was on at like 1:30 in the morning, wasn't it? Ball forward here. Switch to left-hand channel towards Salamakers, who jumps with outstretched right leg, but he can't control it, the Belgian. Signed from Anderlecht a few years ago, wasn't it? Salamakers. Initially played as a right back, a right wing back, more of a winger. And he's expected to leave AC Milan this summer. Calabria beats Jack Grealish to it. Into Chukwueze. Grealish should start a little bit slow here. Chancing behind it. It's Colombo. Simpson stays with him nice and strong. Chance with the shot. Left foot the fullback Calabria from the edge of the box. And pretty easy. Simple save for Brazilian Edison into the hands. Joel says glad to see him early. Can actually follow him now. Exactly, Joel. I was very silly the other time. I booked an eye test for like 8 o'clock in the morning. So then I stayed up till 3 o'clock and I had to get up early and go to the eye test. And then that full day, I was just absolutely just so tired. Unbelievably tired. And then I went and played badminton in the evening. No stopping me. Haaland dropping deep, picking up the ball for City. Callum Doyle plays it in behind. Dealt with by Benacer, but Calabria can't control it. Behind for a throw-in. Pep Guardiola in the beige pants. Bright white trainers and white t-shirts here on the sideline. Picks the ball and throws it back to Rico Lewis. Simpson. Sissoko. Simpson wide left towards Callum Doyle. Into Jack Grealish on the channel left-hand side. Right along the byline is Jack Grealish. Grealish. Big right-footed switch of play towards Oscar Bob, and it's intercepted easily by the fullback. And not back to the goalkeeper. Which Pep Guardiola is a little bit frustrated with Jack Grealish there with that pass. He knows that Grealish can do better. Grealish was very impressive in the previous game. Hopefully. How good are you at badminton, says Lisa? Not very, if I'm honest. If I'm entirely honest, Lisa. My partner, she plays badminton. She's been playing since she was 9. She got me into it, and I'm trying to get better. I'm really trying, but it's a difficult sport, actually. One of the fastest racket sports, isn't it? Here's Chukwueze down the right side for AC Milan. Skips inside that left foot. Chukwueze lays it off. Benacer dinks one to the far post. It's a Colombo. It's well read by Sissoko and nodded away. Falls back out towards midfielder. An experienced Italian Florenzi. Benacer driving through the midfielder. Back into Florenzi. Salamakers. Out to Gabia. Timori. Florenzi. Nico Riley can't win it back for City. The ball ricochets and pinballs round the midfield of AC Milan and Manchester City and falls in Milan's path. Tomori. Florenzi. Loftus-Cheek takes it. Jack Grealish loses it. Loftus-Cheek works it wide. Chukwueze. Well, more possession in Milan's favour at the moment. Benacer looking very good in that number 6 role. Salamakers. Little shimmy the shoulder chased by Sissoko. City nice and aggressive. That's what we want to see. Ping forward by Gabia. Down the far side to Chukwueze, and it's easily in stands of Edison. Well, there is a higher camera angle they can show us. And they show us a higher camera angle of the Milan chance, which was wasted. Grealish. Doyle. Still no Savio, says Lisa. Savio will not be playing in pre-season, Lisa. He'll join up for the pre-season, after pre-season. He'll be in the squad for the Community Shield, I suspect. But I might not be right. Long ball by City, dealt with by Gabia. Throw in City. Oscar Bob to take it. Pass it over to Mohamed Sissoko, who takes it instead. Jamai Simpson-Poussey. Edison. Callum Doyle. Wide left to Grealish. On that byline again, Jack Grealish. Looking to skip past Gabia. Tackled, throw Manchester City. Pep Guardiola happy with Jack Grealish doing that there. Trying to take his man on. Rico Lewis has dropped deeper now to try and pick up the ball and create something for City. He's dropped in alongside the back line. Simpson. Nice ball in towards Nico Riley. Nico. Rico Lewis. Rico pings one out wide to Jack Grealish. It's a great ball. And Grealish heads it down to Maximo Perone. City unlocked the opposition here. Perone with a switch of play for Haaland. Just took a little nick. Salamakers being to it by Sissoko, and the referee says a free kick. Mohamed Sissoko had his arms outstretched there, and he might have just caught the beard of Salamakers, brushed the facial hair of the player. Well, Christian Pulisic, who is very popular in the USA, they do call him the LeBron James of soccer, don't they, over in the USA, which we know as actual football fans isn't true, but they seem to believe that over there. They do seem to believe that. These Salamakers. Throwing again, nice and aggressive from Mohamedou Sissoko. Here is Benacer. Back towards Timori. Back they go towards Timori again. AC Milan work it across that back line. Tamori. Gabia. Milan didn't have the best of seasons of the last year. In Serie A. Nico Riley, nice feet. Wide to McAtee, back in behind to Nico Riley. Options here, rise the far post. Flicked over by the fullback. On towards Oscar Bob. Salamakis keeps it in really well. Milan counter now, and here's Loftus-Cheek, who's got good drive, hasn't he? Loftus-Cheek holds off Simpson. Little pirouette. Wide to Salamakis on this left-hand side. Maximo Pironi's back. Salamakis on the outside of the boot, pass into the box. Poor clearance by Callum Doyle. Falls to Chuck Weze, who drags it the left foot wide of the right-hand post there, but lazy defending from Callum Doyle a little bit. Just dangles a leg out. Should do a lot better. Should do a lot better, Callum Doyle. But City cuts open a little bit there. Manchester City get away with a chance. Looking very impressive. Milan on the counter. Oscar Bob to take the throw in. McAtee. Salamakis. Oscar Bob. City win it back here. Bob. Great touches by Oscar Bob. Pulls it back. Erling Haaland for Manchester City. And City take the lead here. Milan say it's a foul. The referee says not. And Erling Haaland is on the score sheet again for Manchester City this evening. Another pre-season assist for Manchester City's Norwegian Oscar Bob. And another pre-season goal for Erling Haaland. Oscar Bob. City throw it into McAtee. Salamakis, AC Milan player, thinks he's fouled. He's not. Oscar Bob, lovely little shimmy. He looks like he's going to try and open up his body in the left foot, but no. He switched it from his left to his right. He pulls it back to Erling Haaland, who on his left foot slides in. Penalty spot, bottom left-hand corner. Dispatched by Erling Haaland. Great run from Oscar Bob. And it's Manchester City 1, AC Milan 0. But Oscar Bob, a special player is this young Norwegian. And we've got two of the best Norwegian talents around. I really hope Bob stays at City as a breakthrough season coming up, says Chris. I hope so too. He's absolutely brilliant, isn't he? That's his third assist of pre-season so far. City switch the play here. Chased by Maximo Pironi, won't get in the end of it. Bob incredible, says Joel, and Haaland. Yeah, Oscar Bob has been so good, hasn't he? I mean, you've mentioned that, Chris has mentioned that. Everyone knows Oscar Bob and what a quality player he is. Jad Hassan asks where you're watching the game from. From Manchester, currently. But I would love to have been in the USA commenting on the sidelines. That would have been even better. And maybe one day I will. But I don't think so. Here's Nico Riley for Manchester City. He holds off Salamakis. Good physical strength shown by Nico Riley. He's dropped another AC Milan player and a third, and then Loftus-Cheek eventually slides in for a challenge and gets it away. Bob may have better potential than Palmer, says Joel. Well, he might possibly. Loftus-Cheek went sliding on Nico Riley, unfortunately. Caught his toe there. Off the seat. Just the studs of Nico Riley wrapped the shin of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Good play from Nico Riley, who's a very skillful player. Very tall and elegant. Very different to the sort of midfielder City perhaps have in terms of physicality. Very impressive player, and he's showing it again. But that was a great goal by City there. Oscar Bob, wonderful work down the right, and sets up Erling Haaland easily for a tap-in pretty much. More ball back in play, and back underway. Back to goalkeeper they go, to AC Milan. Tarani. Tamori. Tomori. AC Milan again. They spend a lot of time with the ball at the back at the moment. Here's Bennacer, Milan turn, Bennacer out to the big pass into Loftus-Cheek, who's physically held off Rico Lewis impressively there. Loftus-Cheek back towards the centre-back and they're working it on. Ball forward. Here's Salamakers. Ball through for AC Milan, Edison off his line and cleared away by City's goalkeeper. Easily dealt with by Edison. Back a goal, they crossed to Gabia. Chukwueze on the right side. Very exciting. The former Villarreal man, impressed a lot in Spain. Was expected to go to a side maybe like a Real Madrid or, you know, someone like that. In the end, Milan picked him up. But he's a very good player. Over the top here. And behind for Chukwueze, who's straight offside the Nigerian. Free kick Manchester City. But yeah, I do like Chukwueze. I think he's a very good player. I think Lorenzo Colombo is a very good striker as well. Florenzi intercepts that one. Down by the Valencia defender, Sissoko. That's never a foul by Mohamedou Sissoko there. Physical, aggressive. I've liked that from Sissoko so far. I think he's one that Pep Guardiola certainly has let a look up in training. Worth noting that Edison is Manchester City captain today, which, I mean, signals to me that he might just be sticking around. But you never know. Tomori. Across the back line, do AC Milan work it. Of course, if you are watching this game, you can use me as alternative commentary. Time me up the clock with your clock on TV. Or if you can't watch today's game and you want to know every action as it happens, then you can listen here on the channel. City lead by 1-0 after 24 minutes nearly here in New York. Tomori back to goalkeeper again, back to base, which has been a lot of Milan's football so far. And back to Tomori again by the goalkeeper, Tirani. Back on City are pressing quite aggressively here. Oscar Bob is giving the fullback a very difficult time. The fullback tries to clear it into Oscar Bob. Nico Riley gets a foot in. He wins it back for City, but it falls to Florenzi, and this time they can counter. Lovely touch by Loftus-Cheek. Calabria works it wide towards Chukwueze. Chance for Milan to hit City quickly on the counter here, swiftly. Chukwueze. Big switcher play out to the left-hand side towards Salamakers, who will beat Sissoko to it, but it bounces up quickly off the turf. And it's behind for a throw-in. It's Edison's 8th seed. If he stays, we sign him in 17-18, says Joel. I suspect he'll stay now. I was very certain he'd go, to be honest with you. But I think City asking for so much money, which surprises me a little bit. I thought they'd get about 35 million for him. They've asked for more, and the Saudi teams have said no. Thrown by City to Callum Doyle, who takes it on the chest. The left foot switched it out wide to Jack Grealish. You've got lots of space here. Maximo Pironi is one of those players in space who's running forward here and trying to get Grealish to pass on, but no one to really pass to. He has to go back centrally to Rico Lewis on the centre circle. To James McAtee, who touches it, turns. Good play from McAtee. And Maximo Pironi off that left-hand side into Callum Doyle. Here's Maximo Pironi again. Grealish, Pironi. Callum Doyle. Grealish keeps it. Under pressure from Bennacer, who's going to win it back. Bennacer. It's a throw into Manchester City, but nice aggression from Bennacer. I've been impressed by Ismail Bennacer actually so far. I like the way he's played, the Algerian. I wonder if he's back on City's list, but he does have, unfortunately, a pretty bad injury record. Here's Simpson. Rico Lewis. Simpson. Back left to Doyle. Ball forward here towards Maximo Pironi's not a bad one, but he can't get on the end of it, and AC Milan get it back to the goalkeeper. They're very relaxed at the back, AC Milan. They're very confident to play out from the back. They're willing to force it. This time the goalkeeper goes long, and Sissoko deals it, heads it down towards Nico O'Reilly. Good play. O'Reilly into Maximo Pironi. McAtee falls to, he has a shot. Sissoko gets their good use of the body. And back wide right to Oscar Bob. Bob, brilliant skill from Bob. Bob still. Into Haaland. Over the bar by Erling Khan on the right foot. But again, it's absolutely magical feat by Manchester City's number 52, Oscar Bob, on that right-hand side. The ball absolutely sticks to Oscar Bob's feet. Sissoko works it wide. Bob goes between two players. Couldn't get the shot off. Eventually goes to Haaland. Haaland could have gone to Grealish far left. Haaland just leaning back as he gets a bit of space to pull the shot off with the right foot. Again, pretty much just behind the penalty spot. And it's over the bar by Erling Haaland. But absolutely magical from Oscar Bob. Brilliant from Bob again, says Chris. So close. Bob is playing amazing, says Joel. Oscar Bob is one hell of a footballer, isn't he? So exciting to watch. Here's Salamakers for AC Milan. And Oscar Bob makes the challenge. Good tackle. Sissoko as well. This right side looks very good. Looks very good, nice right hand side. Bob. And back he goes to Sissoko. Simpson. Rico Lewis. Sissoko. McAtee. Good play by City again. James McAtee. Back to O'Reilly and back onto Sissoko, who I've been impressed with as well at right back today. He's played that role really well in midfield, and perhaps that's where some of Sissoko's future lies at right back. When will your next Green Mode video come out, says Jad. Jad, episodes every day of the working week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. The career modes will be uploaded. The vote, that's what you guys voted for. You wanted an upload every day of the week. So there will be an episode every day of the week for you guys. Working day of the week. On weekends, I have a rest. Tomori. Tomori wide to Salamakers. Again, Sissoko. Nice and aggressive on top of him. What a player he is. Tenacious, Mohamed Sissoko. Really is tenacious. He's Loftus-Cheek. Chukwueze. Loftus-Cheek. Benacer. Big switch of play from Ismail Benacer. Salamakers. Sissoko stands off him. Lets him go back. Florenzi. Benacer. Gabia. Ismail Benacer. To Chukwueze. Calabria makes the run beyond him, but nothing comes of it. Back towards Benacer. Over the top here. Dealt with by Rico Lewis. A searching ball over the top. Tackle by Rico Lewis. He can't get there. Chukwueze with the ball to the far post. It's Salamakers takes it down. Crossing with the right foot and away by Maximo Pirot. On by McAtee. City can't get it away fully yet. Chukwueze wanting to get on that left foot. Chukwueze lifts it to the far post. What a ball by Chukwueze. And that's a brilliant goal by AC Milan. Edison did get hands on it, but he couldn't keep it out, the Brazilian. What a finish from close range by Colombo. But the quality comes down to Chukwueze. He wants it on that left foot, doesn't he, Chukwueze? And Manchester City let him put it on his left foot. McAtee, poor header clearance. Chukwueze's got Rico Lewis and Grealish there. Neither put him on his right foot, all let him go on his left, and he swings one in. Simpson and Sissoko don't quite read the run. And into the back of the net it's gone. Good ball in. Good ball in back Chukwueze, and Colombo is there to head it in from close range. Edison did palm it up into the net, tried to keep it out, but he just couldn't do. Chukwueze's class, he had a big part of Villarreal's UCL run in 21-22 season. Yeah, Villarreal's, it changed that, didn't it, from Villarreal, Joel? I understood what you meant, though, when I read it. But Chukwueze, brilliant play from him. And City, I mean, why show Chukwueze on his left foot? That's one thing you don't do. And Jack Grealish and Rico Lewis certainly did. Doyle, Grealish, all square at 1-1. Here's Simpson at the back for Manchester City. Switch of play with the right foot out towards McAtee is good, and he heads it down to Oscar Bob, back into McAtee. And McAtee back to Sissoko. Simpson. Doyle. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Maximo Piron back towards Doyle, who shifts on it. Has to force back to goalkeeper Edison after pressing from the Nigerian Chukwueze. Simpson. Edison. Touches by the goalkeeper back into Simpson. Back to Edison again. Using him for the build-up play. Wide left to Doyle. Maximo Pidome. In towards Nico O'Reilly. Good play. O'Reilly drifts forward here. Tackled by the AC Milan man, Bennacer and a few others. And Nico O'Reilly still fighting to keep it. Maximo Pidome with a foot in there. And it falls to Grealish, who's taken down by Bennacer. Referee says no foul. Grealish gets back up and plays on. Grealish into Maximo Pidome. It's given away, but Oscar Bob picks it up. Kick by the defender, and Oscar Bob holds him off with, again, majestic footwork. Makes it look easy, doesn't he, Oscar Bob? Makes it look so easy. Doyle. Here is Rico Lewis. Oscar Bob. But Oscar Bob, brilliant shimmy the body again. He's far, but he gets back to his feet. Brilliant from Oscar Bob. Bob for City. Into Maximo Pidome. Back through to Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob for Manchester City. And he puts the clear shot wide. That is a big miss by Oscar Bob. If he put it to Haaland, it was a tap-in, but fantastic from Bob. He deserved a goal at the end of it, but he's put it wide. Brilliant from Bob. It was an absolute tap-in for Haaland, perhaps. Oscar Bob puts it wide, but he should have scored there. But again, brilliant play from Oscar Bob. Absolutely fantastic play from Bob. What a shame, says Chris. Yeah, he deserved a goal there, Bob. Fantastic play. He's got to score, Bob, there, but a young player is really excelling. Fantastic play. Switch by Florenzi to Calabria, and AC Milan have got a space down this right hand side now, and they burst away. Chukwueze and Captain Calabria. Chukwueze looking to get that left foot again ahead of Grealish, who he stepped away. Chukwueze onto the left foot, back onto the right. Great feet from the Nigerian. Chukwueze lifts it to the far post again, and they've done it again. Milan score. 2-1 is exactly the same goal we've just seen City concede before that. Apart from with a head this time at the far post. It's the front foot of Lorenzo Colombo. Chukwueze, so tricky on that right hand side. Left-footed lift to the far post and he scores. Jack Grealish once again shows Chukwueze onto his left foot. Lets him lift it into the far post. So Soho doesn't read the ball to the far post. 2v1 at the far post for Soho to deal with. The cross shouldn't come in. Very good volley by Lorenzo Colombo. He gets his second of the game from Manchester City, missing an absolute sitter at one end. They go and concede a sitter at the other. Big miss for Oscar Bob after fantastic play. And Milan go up the other end and punish this Manchester City, young Manchester City defence. 2-1, Milan lead. Well, definitely goals in this pre-season so far. 4-3 in the first one. We've got 2-1 before half-time here. Chris says they didn't learn for the first time. They certainly didn't, did they? Literally an identical goal conceded. Doyle. Long forward by Doyle. Jack Grealish with a touch, but he's took it round the defender here. Grealish, he gets a cross in. Haaland's not ready. And Florenzi chests it down to his goalkeeper. Jack Grealish struggling so far. Toriani, the goalkeeper, to take this one. Kabir long. Chukwueze's there. He's been absolutely flattered by Callum Doyle, who claims to have won the ball. Chukwueze thinks not. It's the second time the Nigerian has been flattened by Callum Doyle. City playing, they're certainly playing with the back three today, and Soho in that back three. Back they go towards Toriani. Tomori. Chukwueze is very, very lively. Oh, give it away here to Erling Haaland, and a big save by the keeper. 1-on-1, they give it away. He got the shot off. The keeper made the save. Haaland looked for the bottom corner. Perhaps should have scored there, Erling Haaland. Maybe didn't quite hit the ball like he wanted to, and there's an injury here for Florenzi of Milan. who is crying. That does not look good. Giving away to Haaland. Hits the shot. And he seems to have jarred his knee there in the grass, Florenzi. He seems to jar his knee in the grass there, Florenzi, a player who's had plenty of times an ACL injury in his career, which I think has constantly made his career much more difficult. By the way, Florenzi's on the floor and the pain he's in. Could Florenzi have done his ACL for, what, the 4th time in his career? That would be massively, hugely unlucky, wouldn't it, for the Italian? And they're bringing a stretcher on here. This does not look good for Alessandro Florenzi. We're wishing the best. A player who's had 2 or 3 ACL injuries already in his career. He's in tears on the floor, Florenzi, which makes me think, I mean, he certainly knows what one feels like. Could he have done another one? Well, it looks like Florenzi's coming off. But that's a shame. That is a shame for Florenzi. Pogaba's going to come on and replace him. Well, that's a big shame. Good luck to him. Hope it's not serious. But it sounds like it. Yeah, he's going on the stretcher here, Florenzi. It's his knee, and his knee is being taped up. I think he could have done his ACL again. That would not surprise me. That would not surprise me. That is a big shame. That is a big shame for Florenzi. What a big shame. Ball into Haaland. He shoots and Florenzi. His studs get stuck in the grass, Florenzi, and his knee jars. Oh, he wants to get up and walk off, Florenzi. He doesn't want to get on the stretcher, he wants to walk off. He wants to walk off, he doesn't want the stretcher, the Italian. He wants to try and walk and see what it's like. What stream site are you watching the game on, says Jad? City Plus. The game is on City Plus. That looks bad for Florenzi. And the AC Milan players look pretty concerned here. Understandably so. So Florenzi is off. Alessandro Florenzi is off. Tommaso Pogba comes on, the number 32. And we wish Florenzi a speedy recovery. I really hope that's not a long-term one for him again. He's had so many in his career, but I mean, judging by his reaction, he seems very worried. He looks very worried, as Florenzi, as he walks off the field. I mean, if he's out for another 8 months with an ACL injury, at 30-2, he might be saying it's time to call it a day. Salamakis. Colombo. Good hold-up play by Colombo. He's held off Sissoko, who's got a foot in. He touched the heel of Colombo. It's a throw into Manchester City. Sissoko to take the throw-in. It's a Simpson. Simpson's in towards McAtee. Gives it away with a poor touch. McAtee wins it back, and then he shimmies and turns here. Back wide right to Oscar Bob, who City are looking to try and make something happen. Bobbing towards McAtee. McAtee for Manchester City. McAtee. And he's tackled by Tomori. And it's out for a throw-in to Manchester City on the far right-hand side. Bob to take the throw-in for City. We've got Haaland in the box. McAtee making runs as well. Nico O'Reilly on the edge of it. Maximo Pironi in there also. Grealish on the far left-hand side. Bob. Throwing his port. Giving away. Tomori picks it up and plays it in towards Salamakis. It's a footing by Sissoko, not once but twice. And it's an AC Milan throw-in. A very good player at Sissoko, actually. Impressed with his tenaciousness. The way he wants to win the ball. That's been very impressive so far. Oscar Bob to take the throw in for City. Back towards Simpson. Simpson. Ball in towards Maximo Pirone. He's caught late by Gabia. The ankle is held by the Argentinian, but he's quickly back to his feet. The ball forward here. Away by Timori. Down by Loftus-Cheek. Counters on for Milan again here. City give it away in a silly position. Left-hand side is Salamakers. Skips past Sissoko. He puts the foot in. Sissoko chases with him. Salamakers ends up going back. Pogba. Loftus-Cheek. Cherchino. And Ace Man work it from the left-hand side now. Around the U shape to the right. Chukwueze, who's been very, very, very good down that right-hand side. Calabria. Benacer. Calabria back towards Gabia. Timori. Salamakers on the far side. Salamakers the ball over top. Sissoko with a big interception, but McAtee with a really poor first touch. James McAtee there. He's got to improve on that. Calabria. Tamori. City trying to press once again. Alfie Lively. A We Are City member is here. Hello to you, Alfie Lively. Great to have a member on the channel with us live for this AC Milan stream. City are trying this press at the moment. It's not working. At times it has done. Milan are finding those passes in behind. At the moment, Nico Riley's playing in the 6. Timori. Benacer. Back to Timori. He's had so many touches so far, the Italian. Terracino. Benacer. Overhits that one. It's kept in by the Italian fullback, who ends up nodding it away from the throwing chance and behind for a corner to Manchester City. Chance here for Oscar Bob and co. Bob's not going to take this one. I'd bring on Ndala, says Alfie. Well, he might bring on Ndala in the second half. Ndala's a very lively footballer, isn't he? Very exciting. Oscar Bob to take this. Here's Maximo Pirone. McAtee. McAtee swings in the left foot. Haaland's in there. Could fall towards Callum Doyle. Quickly out is the goalkeeper. Tarani. Milan get it back, and now they're going to lead a counter through Calabria on his right side. Calabria. Now he's gone back again towards Gabia. Gabia for Milan. Finds a little passing towards Loftus-Cheek. Calabria. Oscar Bob presses Timori. Back to the goalkeeper Toriani again. I love a little ping out to the left-hand side to the fullback Telechino. Nico Riley in there, but Pogba's there. And Milan get away again. They play out the issue very well. Calabria off, race out for a throw-in. I've been impressed the way Paul Fonseca's side have knocked the ball around. Giving Manchester City a tough time. Giving Manchester City a very tough time. Here's Tamori, and there'll be 4 minutes here in New York. 4 more minutes. Here is Chukwueze. Ball through to Colombo, and it's just read by Simpson. Didn't quite read the Colombo run across him, but he got a right foot in and he got it back to goalkeeper Edison. Well, Yunus Musa is on the bench. USA international, also like Pulisic. Played for Valencia. Midfielder and wide man, even a striker at times, Yunus Musa. Edison the ball for Manchester City. How many people have got the Champions League trophy, says Alfie? None. No one has yet to reach the Champions League trophy in the membership, but you might be the first, Alfie. Ball followed by Doyle. Headed away. Could you be the first ever to get a Champions League membership trophy on the We Are City channel, Alfie? I think you could be, but there is about 2 or 3 other people in that race as well. Back they go towards Doyle here from the throw, Manchester City. There is a big group of City players warming up on the sidelines. I would say at half-time we're going to see Joel and Ndala, we're going to see Calvin Phillips and a few others as well. They're behind the hoardings, they're getting themselves ready, they're already in full kit, and I think they expect to come on at half-time. Rico says Jack Grealish, trying to get the attention of the young fullback. So 47 minutes on the clock here in New York. The game has just started to drift away a little bit towards the end of this first half. The second half, I'm sure, will be very exciting with the amount of changes City are set to make. So Soho wins the header. And a second time, on to O'Reilly. Round to Oscar Bob, who uses his body well but can't keep it. O'Reilly in there, so Soho heads it away again. A real grit and determination about Mahamadou Sissoko. And Della made an impact last game. He was rapid, says Joel, and I suspect he'll make an impact again today, Joel, when he comes on. I reckon he'll come on that left-hand side. Whether Grealish comes off, I'm not sure. Maybe Nico O'Reilly. Ball through to Salamakis, so Soho has lost him. So Soho stays with him. Salamakis slips, but gets back to his feet. Loftus-Cheek, little back into Pogba. Back to Salamakis. They've had no joy down this left-hand side. It's all come by Chukwueze against Rico Lewis and Doyle on the other side. And again, they force back. So Soho has locked down his side. Yes, he's been in a bit of trouble when they ghost in behind him at the far post. I think Micah Hamilton's going to come on for City as well as Joshua Lesbrand at half-time. Oscar Bob. A foul on him. Referee says no, free kick. Colombo. Salamakis. Edge of the box here. Chance for the fullback who wraps one with the right foot. But he wraps it behind and for a goal kick for Edison. Didn't even trouble a Brazilian. And he was never scrambling. He watched that one sail off the bar. I mean, if it did go on target in the top right-hand corner, Edison had no chance anyway. Terracino, the fullback. Too much space in the edge of the box. Closed down by Nico O'Reilly. Well, 94% you do believe the City will come away with a win here today. McAtee taken down by Gabia. McAtee wants City to move the ball quicker, but they're still having a talk about it. Simpson. Doyle. Full-time whistle 30 seconds away. Or half-time whistle. It will be the full-time whistle, I feel like it, for some of these players in the field as the City players warm up on the sidelines. Calvin Phillips. Jadel Katongo. Joel Ndala. Josh Wilson-Esbrand are the four I can currently see. Simpson. O'Reilly. McAtee for Manchester City. Wide to Oscar Bob. Bob for City. Skips past another few challenges. Oscar Bob. Bob still. He has to go back. He can't go forward. And the half-time whistle goes here. Manchester City 2-1 down to an AC Milan side who scored two identical goals. Assisted by Chukwueze and finished off by Lorenzo Colombo. City missed a clear chance to Oscar Bob, but he also created a clear chance with Erling Haaland dispatched in the bottom corner. Thoughts on new third kits, Alfie? Quite like it, Alfie. I'm pretty sure I'll be getting the third kit and the second kit, but I like to wait until to see who City have signed. Maybe we'd just be getting a new signing on back of one of those shirts. I'll be back for the second half after this short break. Manchester City 1, AC Milan 2.
can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good.
Oh, bitch, you know I'm grinding like a pro skater. Baby mama bugging, I'm so quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed, I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking it galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up, I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat while I make her. She want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings to shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, your bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you.
welcome back to the second half of Manchester City versus Milan. The second half is kicking off pretty soon. I have read something about reports on the internet that City are going to change into their away kit for the second half, or their new third kit anyway. I'm not exactly sure if that's true, but it is a possibility. I thought Joel says not bad considering we've got many youngsters, but we need to stop Chukwueze. Yeah, we've really struggled against him. Joel is getting Rodri on the home kit. Alfie is going to get Foden, or already has got Foden in his home kit. I'm pretty sure there'll be many who get him. Yeah, I think I might get Foden this year. I think it's about time to get 47 Phil Foden. I might get 22 Oscar Bob, and I might get number 26 Savinho as well. I don't exactly know. And maybe something else. I don't know. It depends. I'm looking at that. The goalkeeper third kit, the white one, looks really nice. Have you seen that? The third goalkeeper kit, the white one. I'm very impressed with that. I'm not exactly sure, really, who to get this year. I have my favourites. I have my less than favourite players as well. I'm always like that. Doku's one of my favourites. I think Haaland, of course. I've got a Haaland shirt. I've got a Grealish shirt from when he first signed as well. I tend to always get one the year they sign. So these are the things to look at, isn't they? I think just depends on how the season goes. I would like an Oscar Bob shirt, actually. I mean, Oscar Bob's been electric in the first half. City are swapping to their third kit at half-time. The shirts from the game are being auctioned to raise money for donations for New York charities. City are going to match all the money raised. Well, that's very, very interesting. That is very interesting, isn't it? That is a nice idea for Manchester City, I suppose, raising money for New York City charities. Let's hope they start. They do that, which is impressive, and let's hope they do more things like getting involved in the community in Manchester. I've seen this week that New York, City have been walking around the parks and things, and meeting the players and getting involved and so on. I don't know why City haven't done that sort of in Manchester. I think that'd be a nice idea. What about the kids in Manchester, meeting up with them and so on? We'll have to see. I'm sure there'll be something why they haven't done it in Manchester, but I think that would be a nice idea to do it in Manchester as well. I'm going to get Doku. A good shout. Last season's a white away shirt. Yeah, I've got a Doku third shirt. The blue, the dark blue one with the electric on with Doku on the back. That's absolutely fantastic. I love that shirt. We have a massive American support, says Joel. We certainly do have a massive American support, don't we? But it'd be nice to do it to some of the local lads as well, the kids and so on. Because, they deserve to see that as well, I think. Not just the people in America. I've got nothing wrong with it. I think a few of the City fans might have commented on that as well. But it'd be nice to do something sort of locally as well, rather than always doing it on the pre-season tour because they try to drive up interest. Well, AC Milan have swapped tops as well at half-time. AC Milan come out in their third kit, or their new away kit or whatever, which it looks like is a white kit. Manchester City come out. The goalkeepers have got changed. The players have got changed as well. City now come out in a burgundy kit, which also is a very nice kit as well. Edison, the captain, James McAtee, have a little bit of talk as they come onto the field. Jada Kotongo is coming on for Manchester City, and there may be a few more changes for both Manchester City and AC Milan here, and I'll inform you of those when I do know them. But it's interesting that they've changed kit. Anything to promote it, but of course they said that the money is raising money for charity as well, so there is some good in it. It's not just a promotional thing, but it is slightly a promotional thing as well. Have you got a goalkeeper shirt, says Joel? I do have a goalkeeper shirt with Edison on the back from many years ago. I was thinking maybe to get an Ortega shirt, actually. I might get the white third goalkeeper shirt if I can manage to find somewhere with that. I'm not sure. Luka Jovic and Christian Pulisic are about to make their way onto the field. The American fans will love to see Christian Pulisic. However, they're not coming on just yet. They're still sat on the bench, but they're both ready to come on in the full kit, ready to be part of the action. So is Yassin Adli as well, the Paulo Fonseca's side. So changes for Manchester City. Josh Wilson-Esbrand will make his way onto the field. Calvin Phillips will make his way onto the field for Manchester City. So will Micah Hamilton. Let's have a look at this then. So Sissoko is off and Kotongo is on. Other changes are, as they confirm these changes, Maximo Pierone off, Micah Hamilton on. Calvin Phillips on, and Josh Wilson-Esbern on as well. And those other two replace who? Who do they replace? Well, they're not showing me on the board. Number 66, they replace Simpson, Hussein, and also, I think, possibly Rico Lewis. But I'll hang off on that one. I'm not exactly sure yet. No, Rico Lewis has gone to right back. Esbern comes on at left wing. Bobby's still on. Erling Haaland is off. Erling Haaland is off for Josh Wilson-Esbern. So Esbern plays left wing. Bob on the right. Grealish and McAtee up front. Calvin Phillips and Nico Riley midfield. And then it's Jadel Katongo in the back line with Rico Lewis, Callum Doyle. Although Esbern's gone back to left back now. And City building up in a 2 again now. With Esbern and Doyle on the left. Esbern and Rico Lewis very much in normal fullback positions. Here's Jack Grealish. Grealish of Manchester City. Brought forward by Jack Grealish. Calvin Phillips, a switch of play to the right hand side to James McAtee. McAtee for City, onto Rico Lewis, who's playing very much just as a normal right back now. McAtee. Katongo. Doyle. Phillips. Esbern. Phillips. Katongo and City work across the back line. Katongo puts it through towards Rico Lewis. Nico Riley back to Katongo. I think it's a little bit more composed than Simpson at the back line. A bit more experienced as well. Esbern had a very poor game in the last one. Esbern into Grealish, who's gone centrally now, Jack Grealish. Wide left to Micah Hamilton, who plays off the left. Esbern. Doyle. And across towards Rico Lewis. Oscar Bob takes it behind. Great touches by Bob. He skipped away from the fullback again here, Oscar Bob. Bob, shimmy the body. Bob back to McAtee. McAtee on the right foot, and he absolutely gets it all wrong and lifts it over the bar. Joel says if Edison was to leave, do you think Coble could be a good replacement? Yeah, Coble's a very good player. I think he'd be too expensive for Manchester City, though, to be honest with you. Great play from Oscar Bob again. James McAtee on the right foot. Completely lifts the shot up and over the bar. Poor from McAtee. Oh, lovely little flick away from Rico Lewis, who struggled there. AC Milan go back to Benacer. I have to say Rico Lewis has struggled defensively so far in pre-season in both games. He's been a liability, which is a big shame. Colombo and a good tackle from Nico O'Reilly. Very good play from the midfielder. Here's Phillips. Taking his time here, Calvin Phillips. Back towards Doyle. Esbern. Hamilton. Back into Grealish. Benacer late on Jack Grealish. Referee says no foul. Benacer apologises to Jack Grealish. Here's Callum Doyle for Manchester City. Left-footed ping through to Hamilton to his left-hand side. Hamilton might get there, might he? No. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. Running behind there, the young left winger. I think a loan is in order for Mike Hamilton. I think so. I think that is needed for him, for his development. Get some more game time. Gabia. Calabria. Loftus-Cheek. Slipped by Hamilton. Phillips wins the ball. The referee eventually blows the whistle and gives a free kick. Loftus-Cheek has a bit of a laugh with former international teammates for England, Calvin Phillips. Here is Torriani for Milan. Taking his time here. City not triggering the press quite yet. Jack Grealish just slowly goes towards him and they work it wide towards Gabia. Into Chukwueze. Esbern out, nice and physical. Chukwueze dives and the referee says throw in Manchester City. The dive from Chukwueze. Esbern didn't touch him. Grealish. And back he goes towards Doyle. Katongo. Can we see Manchester City move the ball a little bit quicker here? Phillips on towards Doyle. Katongo. O'Reilly on the turn here. Oh, given away by Nico O'Reilly. That's cheap. There's Loftus-Cheek and City in a bit of trouble. Benacer. Back they go towards Tomori. They've been very patient in possession, Milan, today. Very patient so far, and they continue to be. Chukwueze down this left-hand side, or right-hand side, up against City's left-hand side of the defence. Chukwueze, good feet again, but McAtee intercepts and flicks it in towards Hamilton. Hamilton skips away from the challenge here by Pogba. It's a clumsy challenge. It's a late one on Hamilton, which Micah Hamilton was not too happy with from Pogba. Skipped away from Pogba, who left his leg in on Micah Hamilton. Katongo wide towards Rico Lewis. Back to Katongo. Back onto goalkeeper Ederson, who's now in an orange kit. Katongo leaves it to Rico. City trying to build it from this right-hand side at the moment. They're struggling to get out. Long by Ederson and wide to Oscar Bob, who's offside. He's gone a little bit earlier, Norwegian. And Oscar Bob apologises to goalkeeper Ederson. He believes it's him because it's a good ball from Ederson. Oscar Bob might have got there. Nice little searching pass over the top. Long by the AC Milan keeper, sweeping pass out to the left-hand side, which Rico Lewis nods away. And back to the goalkeeper, Ederson. City go again. Here is Callum Doyle. Into a pass into Jack Grealish, who takes a heavy touch and can't control it. And he's frustrated with himself, Jack Grealish, there. Well, Yankee Stadium in the Bronx is absolutely packed today, it seems. Plenty of fans in there to see Manchester City. Plenty of fans in there with AC Milan shirts as well, but a lot of them are Manchester City fans due to the fact of New York City FC, which has really grown the fan base over there. And Tomori goes back to the AC Milan keeper once again. It's been a little bit dull in terms of both sides not really playing the ball forward. Nice strong header from Callum Doyle. It's out for a throw-in. Calabria takes it quickly and down towards Gabia. Tomori. Salamakers. City currently have Luke and Bete, I think Ben Knight and some others warming up. It looks like Joel Dalla won't get on today. Oscar Bob's got it back for City here. He tries to skip past the challenge, but he can't do. Nico O'Reilly nicely physical in there. Good play from Nico O'Reilly. Katongo back to the goalkeeper Ederson. Doyle. Katongo. Options for Katongo in front of him. How does we still have Ben Knight? I don't know, says Joel. I know. He shouldn't. I don't think he should be in the pre-season tour, personally. I think he should be a player that we let go. Just let him go somewhere and play football. It's not worked out. And I think City at the time played quite a big feat for him. He was a young player who came from Ipswich. High hopes and just not lived to those expectations at all. Gabia, Calabria, Chukwueze. Touching that right foot. Inside to Benacer, back to Chukwueze. Big challenge by Calvin Phillips is a good one. And now into James McAtee, a foul on Grealish. Referee says no advantage. It's a foul by Benacer again. Grealish unhappy with the fouls by Benacer. He says to the referee 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not happy, Grealish, with the fouls on him. And City get a free kick. Good tackle by Phillips there. City had a few players around Chukwueze. And then Grealish was taken down by Benacer. Switch of play by Katongo is brilliantly out towards Hamilton. Nicely done. Hamilton looking to run at the opposition players here. Hamilton onto Esbron on the overlap. Wilson Esbron with the ball into the box here by Tomori. Could fall to a City player. Picked up by Rico Lewis, who takes a poor touch, and it's won off him by Salamakers. Rico Lewis certainly hasn't a good pre-season so far. Jack Grealish against Loftus-Cheek, and well done Jack Grealish, and Doyle can step out to win it back. Really good play from Grealish there, putting Loftus-Cheek off. And now back to Grealish. And on to Micah Hamilton. Hamilton with a step over. Hamilton looking to get at the opposition player. Hamilton, good touch past Calabria. Hamilton lifts it to the far post here to McAtee. And it's 2-2. James McAtee with a header at the far post. But really good play from Micah Hamilton down this left-hand side. Little shimmy. Switches the ball from left to right foot. A hefty right touch takes him past Calabria. It's a cross lifted to the far post from the left-hand side to the right. And it's a good header by James McAtee, but all about Micah Hamilton here. Really good wing play. Really well done. Ball into the box. Lofts it in. What a cross that is from Hamilton. Tamori lost McAtee there. But absolute credit to Hamilton there. Brilliant ball. Great stuff to MK. Absolutely fantastic from Hamilton. He even gets a real big push in by Calabria. But it's a great cross. It's a great cross into the box, that by Hamilton. Really good play as well. He takes on his man, he beats him, he gets the ball into the box. And James McAtee arrives the far post with a thumping header. 2-2. City back in this one. Things about level between the two sides. Can City get their first win of this USA tour? Tamori. Hamilton so excited, I swear, he's linked with a move to Watford not long ago, says Joel. Yeah, expecting to go on loan to Watford. City won it back here. Again through Oscar Bob. Here's James McAtee. Somehow keeps hold of that. The ball sticks to his feet, then he's lost it to Salamakers. An AC Milan counter, but Nico Riley's in there again to make the challenge. And Katongo, the spin of the ball is going to keep it in. He goes back to Edison. Well, an early goal hit in the second half of Manchester City. Can City get a few more now? Can we see goals here in the US? Phillips. Doyle. Phillips again. Calvin Phillips, the ping out to the far side towards Rico Lewis. It's a great ball by Phillips. A little step over from Rico Lewis, but he plays to Oscar Bob. He's in an offside position. Nice ball by Phillips, but Rico plays the ball too late there to Oscar Bob. Way too late. Pressing by Grealish, and Milan just keep that one in through Salamakers. Katongo steps in and puts the challenge in to get away with it. Katongo for City. Here's Callum Doyle. McAtee. Back towards Doyle. Doyle pings it out towards Oscar Bob. He can't control it. City give it away cheaply. Salamakers. Katongo in there on him. The referee gives a free kick. And Pep Guardiola not happy with Callum Doyle there. He shouts Callum. And just states to him with a couple of claps that he should have be a bit more on it. Benacer. Tamori. City have some more players warming up. Those are Jacob Wright. I think Joel Ndala. Jaden Heskey. Tarani. Calvin Phillips really pressing high up the field here, trying to win it back high up. Tamori. Benacer again. Milan are very patient. I have to say, Milan are very, very patient on the ball. Back again they go. Luke Mbete, I think, is warming up for Manchester City. Chukwueze. Down the line towards Calabria, the captain. Back into Chukwueze. Flips across to him. Switch the play to Salamakers. Salamakers onto that right foot. Sliding challenge by Rico Lewis is brilliant. Oscar Bob tries to do too much and gives it away. And Milan have it back. Oscar Bob's better than that. Needs to be doing better than that. Chukwueze. Ball in behind it. It's not a bad one. Edison comes off his line here. And the goalkeeper drops. Gets his hands on it. Header Pogeba. Good tackle from Rico Lewis, actually. And Salamakers about to pull the trigger. Aim for that top corner. Ball back to Edison. Edison wide left to Josh Wilnersbrand. Phillips. Around the corner towards Hamilton, who can't get his body in the way and hold it up for City. Chukwueze pings off into Benacer, who takes a couple of touches on the chest. Then he goes back and back in towards Gabia. Well, Milan again going backwards, playing it around the back. They're building up in a back three now, Milan. They've changed their build-up. They've changed their formation. Salamakers. Good tackle by City. McAtee. It's a late one on him. Katongo gets a foot in there. City have it back. O'Reilly. Good play by Oscar Bob and back to Calvin Phillips. Phillips into Grealish. Katongo. Rico Lewis. James McAtee. City have good options here. McAtee. Rico. Good touches by Rico Lewis. Back into Esbrand. Chance for Esbrand, who looks for goal here, Esbrand. He probably should have gone wide to Hamilton. The fullback went for goal and sends it over the bar and behind for a goal kick. Good from Esbrand, but I think he should give it wide to Hamilton there. Instead, he's gone for glory himself. And it's not worked out for Josh Wilson-Esbrand. Chased by McAtee, the goalkeeper, and Gabia. Into the channel, dealt with by Esbrand. Hamilton takes it away from Loftus-Cheek. Esbrand again. Back towards Phillips. Katongo. Phillips. Katongo once more. Wide towards Oscar Bob. Good play from Jadel Katongo. Oscar Bob. Katongo. And towards Nico Riley, who takes it really nicely and well. Really good turn by Nico Riley there. Then flicks out wide to Esbrand. Really nicely done by him. Esbrand, Grealish. Doyle. Very, very impressive from Nico Riley. I think he's had a very good game in City's midfield in the deeper role today. Excelled as a big man in that deeper role. Oscar Bob. To Rico Lewis. Rico. Good feet from Rico Lewis. He's taken out by Pogba. It's a good challenge. Milan get it forward here. Chuck Weze. And it's a good step out by Callum Doyle, who goes and wins the ball. Josh Wilson-Esbrand for Manchester City. City look to counter again now. Jack Grealish on this left-hand side. Benacer, he's up against Grealish. Onto Hamilton. Grealish wants the ball. Hamilton decides against it. Esbrand. Phillips. Katongo. Katongo waits here for a bit of Milan pressure. And back to Callum Doyle. In towards McAtee. Good touches from McAtee. Rico Lewis is there. It's another foul in midfield. That goes Manchester City's way. Timori involved in that one. A late one on James McAtee. Esbrand on this left-hand side. Driving forward, Josh Wilson-Esbrand. Hamilton again with a couple of step-overs. Hamilton into Grealish. Grealish back to Esbrand. Grealish once more. Phillips. There's a run around the far post, but Phillips decided against it. Katongo. Rico Lewis. McAtee back to Rico Lewis. And a good challenge by the defender. Lewis jumps behind him and the referee gives a free kick. I mean, it's a soft one, but it's always going to be given. Well, Malik Tior is coming on for Milan. Heavily linked with a move to Newcastle United this summer. Defender. Who else is coming on as well? Kalulu comes on for AC Milan. Quite a few changes for the Milan side. James McAtee has gone down for Manchester City. Hopefully that's not a big problem. Let's hope that's not a big problem. Milan make 4-5 changes here. James McAtee down. I think he's saying his time is up. He's not maybe fully fit to play full football. Here are the changes for Milan then. So coming on is Alejandro Jimenez, Marco Nasti, Pierre Kalulu, Malik Tior, and also Mattia Librali comes on. Big changes. Are into Marco Nasti, number 90 for Milan. Kalulu, number 5. Jimenez recently signed on a permanent deal, number 20. Interesting to see how these players perform. Some of the youngsters, some not. And Colombo comes off up top and a few others as well. And Manchester City are going to be winners here. Currently all level. Will Pep Guardiola decide to make any changes yet? I'm not exactly sure if City will make any more changes. Well, they do. Nico O'Reilly comes off the midfield. And it is Jacob Wright who comes on for Manchester City. Also coming on for Manchester City is a young forward, I think. A player that is on trial from Lommel. And he's gone to the right-hand side, I think. And Oscar Bob goes up top. So it's Amar Fatah on trial. Goes up on the right-hand side for City. Micah Hamilton on the left. Bob for the middle. O'Reilly has had 2 good games. He has, hasn't he? He's won the academy rate very highly, Nico O'Reilly. And he's shown again today. Very impressive. Long ball forward here. Rico Lewis been absolutely flattened by Jimenez. Rico Lewis is not interested in shaking hands after being clattered into by the Spaniard. A bit of a neck injury for Rico Lewis. So he's back up on his feet. Doyle. He's Edison for Manchester City. Doyle. Esbrand. He's lost it, Esbrand, with a 4 first touch. Kalulu here. Kalulu back towards the goalkeeper. Game is starting to feel like it's dragging a little bit now. With Milan not really making those attacking, exciting movements. They're not trying to get forward that much, it feels like. Just trying to keep possession. Followed by the goalkeeper. Read by Doyle. To Oscar Bob, who's offside here. Taken round the goalkeeper by Bob, but he's an absolute country mile offside. But he still went and finished it anyway, did Oscar Bob. Well, a draw would be a shock for an American fan because they don't believe in draws, do they, in the US? It's not something they do. Oscar Bob's an absolute mile offside. He's basically stood on top of the goalkeeper when Doyle clears it forward. Oh, giving away to Fatah here. A poor touch by the Swede, and he can't keep it. Milan come the other way. Salamakers. Chased by Hamilton. Salamakers slips, and Hamilton gets a foot in. It's a good challenge by Esbrand. It's never a foul in a million years, but the referee gives it anyway. Really poor decision by the US official here. Loftus-Cheek. Kalulu. Back he goes to the goalkeeper. Tarani. PR forward. Milan trying to work it through the midfield. And a lot of passing backwards as well. Out wide right to Kalulu. Calabria. Pogba, and he receives it on the edge of his own box, lumps it forward. Doyle against Salamakers, and Doyle with a mistaken header, but he's big and physical, Callum Doyle. And he's dealt with that situation really well thanks to that. Very, very big boy, isn't he, Doyle? Can handle the physical battle. Kutongo. Edison. Doyle. Jack Grealish from Manchester City. Oh, good play from Jack Grealish again. And on towards Kutongo. And Jack Grealish picks it back up off him. Kutongo. Grealish playing the sort of do what you want role like he played at Aston Villa here. Grealish for City. Right. Wide to Amar Fatah here. In towards Rico Lewis. A nice ball by Fatah. He's sprinting through the middle here. Rico Lewis. Rico, hold of his shirt. Rico still. Little nutmeg Esbrand onto Hamilton. Hamilton to that right foot. Hamilton with a strike blocked away. Out to Grealish. Jack Grealish looks to shoot. Plays it through to Hamilton. Esbrand. Back onto Hamilton and dealt with away by Kalulu. City building up there to perhaps getting a goal. Just couldn't get the shot away onto the goalkeeper. Hamilton's certainly making an impact as Joel. He certainly is, isn't it? Impressed with him. I don't think Joel and Darl's going to get on here today. Here's Doyle. Bad ball by Doyle. He's defended poorly, and Rico Lewis misjudges the bounce of the ball. I think Rico Lewis's height and physicality is going to be something that causes him problems in his career, unfortunately. I think he needs to be a lot stronger, a lot bigger at times. He really does. Milan working around the back really well again, and City struggling to try and get hold of it. They're pressing, and Milan are confident to keep passing it around the back. They spend a lot of time passing it around the back, Milan. Under the City press, it's frustrating for Manchester City, and as a fan watching. Kalulu. Pogba. Calabria. Back to Kalulu. Tio. Tio plays that ball forward. A nice pass by Malik Tio. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Calabria. Pushing forward here, Milan. Salamakers. Back inside towards Pogba. Left-footed switch out here towards Jimenez from the far left. Pressed by Rico Lewis. Jimenez. Once again, Milan go backwards. And again. Loftus-Cheek. Tio. Kalulu. Back we go again. Kalulu. Pogba. Little ball in behind here. Katongo reads it with a runner. Chance on the turn here for Milan's man up top. On the chest, on the turn, hits it. Easy save for Edison. On the strike from Nasty. It's a nice left-footed pass over the top, in behind by Pogba. Nasty there. It's a nasty finish in the end. Miscontrols it. Slices it into the hands of goalkeeper Edison. Calvin Phillips. Oh, runs himself into trouble here. Calvin Phillips! Round the goalkeeper! And blocked on the line by Manchester City's Katongo or Doyle, but really poor from Phillips again. Oscar Bob. City on the left here with Jack Grealish. Away from the Milan player Salamakers, who takes him from behind. It's going to be a yellow card for Salamakers, who cynically takes down Jack Grealish from behind there. Calvin Phillips nearly made a massive mistake. Salamakers just kicks the legs of Jack Grealish. But Phillips dawdles on the ball. Gives it away. Milan nearly score. But it's Jacob Wright on the line for Manchester City that clears it away. But Calvin Phillips again. Very poor footballer, isn't he, Calvin Phillips? I've heard news of Phillips being loaned out to Everton. I think he must go, says Joel. Got to get rid of him. Here's Amar Fatah. Skips past the fullback. Fatah, good pace. Fatah looking to get the cross in. Pushed down to the floor. Referee says nothing. Terracino there. Malik Tio. Tarani. Tio. Tarani to Kalulu. Well, they mention here on the commentary, Calvin Phillips, after he made that mistake there, he didn't try and rectify it. He stood still and watched it happen and just put his hands in the air, frustrated. Now, how many mistakes can Calvin Phillips keep making? Tarani. Captain Calabria. Kalulu. Tio. And again, go backwards. Playing himself into trouble, City. Salamakers and a tackle by Esbrand. It's back to them again. Kalulu. Tio. Back to Tio once more. Milan continue to play it out from the back. And they keep the ball, but They don't do much going forward. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating to watch, isn't it, a little bit? You want to see attacking action, you want to see goals, you want to see entertainment. City are looking to bring that. Milan, they're lacking that. But there's plenty for Pep Guardiola to take from this, positives in this side. Well, City play Barcelona in Orlando on Tuesday. We will be live again for that one. Kalulu. Nice feet by the midfielder who skips away from Calvin Phillips like he's not there. He's nasty. One back by Amar Fatah. Nowhere to go, but he just work a pass back to Rico Lewis, who's smashed into by Jimenez for the second time in today's game. Doyle. Jimenez has smashed Rico Lewis twice off the ball now. Edison in towards Katongo. Here's Doyle. Back to Edison once more. City doing a Milan now. Looking to keep the ball, but we want to be looking to move that ball forward. Maybe an attacking substitution from Pep Guardiola could be one to take out of this one. Edison with a big ball out wide left towards Rico. Can't get in the end of it. Well, City are to make a change, and it's going to be the goalkeeper, Scott Carson, to enter the field for Manchester City. As well as number 24, Joško Vardiol, Pogba, Jimenez, Loftus-Cheek. Jimenez, right-footed switcher play towards Salamakers. Takes it well with the right foot. Back into Calabria on the overlap. Captain Calabria. Back he goes to Pogba. Carson coming on to Joliet. Scott Carson is coming on for Manchester City. As is Joško Vardiol. I think they're the two only changes for Pep Guardiola's side. Tio, Calabria. Well turned by the midfielder. Calabria forced backwards. Not an exciting game this second half, certainly. Not one that's going to entertain these United States fans. City go back to try and press in them, but they can't get hold of it. They can't get the ball off Milan. Here is the goalkeeper for Milan, taking his time on the ball. Just over 10 minutes remain of football here in today's match. Play through the middle by the goalkeeper. Sliding is Calvin Phillips, who can't win it. Lovely turn on the midfielder here. And again, Milan go backwards again. Kalulu wide towards Calabria. Salamakers makes a run in behind. Esbrand's lost him. One-on-one with Doyle. Salamakers cuts it across the edge of the box here. Edison with a poor save again. And Milan score once again. And I have to say, Edison gets a hand on it again for the third time today. Edison gets something on it, but doesn't keep it out. All three goals, Edison's got something on. But all three goals, Edison's not been able to keep out. Salamakers playing in behind Esbrand. He pulls it back to the edge of the box. Good strike. That is poor goalkeeping from Edison. Really poor goalkeeping from Edison, who should have saved that one. Edison should 100% save that. Very poor from City's goalkeeper. And Pep Guardiola visibly frustrated on the sidelines. And Edison there stretches out. And it bobbles under him. Poor from Edison. Very poor from Edison. He'll be frustrated with himself, the Brazilian. That's quite a few goals we've seen today scored from, I mean, him getting a touch on the ball. All three he's got a touch on it and not kept it out. So Stefan Ortega is on. Poor from Edison. Salamakers did well considering you've got many youth players on, but bad result, but still poor from Edison. You get that goal, that bobbles under him. At first I thought he nestled in the bottom corner, but he doesn't. It goes right under Edison. It's shocking goalkeeping. Here's Jimenez. Katongo staying with him. He's gone to right back now. Vardiol's at centre back for City. Cross comes in from Milan and headed away by Wright. Amar Fatah is there. And a handball by the Milan player and a free kick Manchester City. Well, 10 minutes remain. City have got 10 minutes to try and pull another one back. Christian Pulisic will come on to a big roar from the USA fans here as he makes his way onto the field in his home country. Applauded by Milan and Manchester City fans. Barcelona fans in there as well. I saw a couple of Barcelona shirts and so on. So here comes Christian Pulisic for Salamakers. Yunus Musa comes on as well. And Adam Bakune. 3 changes for Milan. The black and red shirts are all around the stadium here in New York. Another American. And Musa is on the field now. I don't think we see Pep Guardiola make any more changes, but I could be wrong. Could we see Jane Heskey get a bit of game time? Tom Galvez perhaps as well. Bardiol. Doyle. Esbrand. Out to Joško Vardiol. Vardiol for City. And back across to Doyle. Joško Vardiol again. He's playing on the right side of the defence here, the centre-backs. Jacob Wright drops deep, picks it up. Phillips. Oh, rolls the ball into Rico Lewis. Well done, Calvin Phillips. Rico Lewis skips away from the challenges. Rico. Wide left to Hamilton. On the overlap, he's got Esbrand. Hamilton. Back in towards Calvin Phillips. Phillips. Katongo. Here is Amar Fatah. He's got the pace. He's got the speed. He'd give it into Oscar Bob, and then Bob is fouled by Jimenez. Referee says no free kick. Giving away back to Katongo, who's taken out from behind again. No free kick. Referee continues to say play on. Pogba forward, and Milan have got lots of space behind the City defence now. And here's Jimenez driving at City. Katongo gets back. Jimenez pulls it back to Musa. And Milan go back all the way to the goalkeeper. In the end, the move does not work out once again here. Manchester City get away with another one really there, because there was a lot of space in behind the City defence, and you thought for a moment, I certainly thought for a moment that they might have a bit of trouble. Manchester City got away with it, and they did really well. But we need to be a bit more better in possession, I think, City. Vardiol. Here's Callum Doyle. City trying to work it round that back line if they can do. Doyle and Vardiol and so. Right. Katongo. White Amar Fatah here. Good play by City. Good pace by Fatah. In behind him. The AC Milan player gets across. He's still battling for it. And the free kick somehow has gone the opposition's way. Doing his best here, Fatah, to try and get him behind the Milan player. He's been physical. The Milan player gets his body across. Falls on top of the ball, and the referee, he's always going to give a free kick for that one, whether it might be or not be. And Terracino has stayed down here. Well, the game is coming to a hobbling to its end, really. Manchester City look like they're going to lose another game pre-season here. Calvin Phillips has struggled. Manchester City have struggled. Ederson certainly has struggled in goal today. Well, Terracino is staying down. There's going to be some medical assistance for him. Let's see how it goes. They've turned to get off the field here so the game can continue, which is what they all want. Not exactly sure what his injury was, but he He went down. It was afterwards. He felt it. Back of the leg for Terracino. Not exactly sure what his problem is. Keeper send this one long. Long by the keeper. To be dealt with by Jill Katongo. And it was dealt with. Callum Doyle. Esbrand. Back to Doyle. Hamilton lets it run. It's fell to Esbrand here. Good play from City. Esbrand. Going to keep going, but he slows down. Little step over. Esbrand. Pulls it back to Hamilton. To swing it to the far post, but didn't do. Calvin Phillips. And his move goes back towards Joshua Vardiol. Right. Callum Doyle. And towards Rico. Doyle. Right. Tried to play it first time. It's a slow one. Pep Guardiola giving instructions from the sidelines. Katongo. Vardiol. Right. Right, works it wide here. Amar Fatah gets on the end of it. Takes it down the right byline. Fatah. Trying to beat his man. Now he goes to right here. Right with the ball in behind to Phillips. What a ball by Jacob Wright. Calvin Phillips should have shot. Comes back to Rico Lewis and they clear away. Phillips there. What a ball by Jacob Wright. Esbrand. Brilliant from Esbrand. Left foot he lifts the far post here. And Chester behind for a corner. That was a fantastic chance. What a ball by Jacob Wright. Bends on him the left foot to Calvin Phillips. Just can't get under his control and shoot. And he should have done. He takes it on the chest, just too heavy, Calvin Phillips. That's a big shame. Corner for City taken by Oscar Bob. Short to right. Edge of the box towards Calvin Phillips. On towards Esbrand, don't shoot. Esbrand clips into the far post here. Header's there, Wright takes it. And the referee gives offside against Jacob Wright at the far post. Frustrated Jacob Wright, didn't believe he was offside at all. And he was offside there, Jacob Wright. Nothing to argue with there. The young man at the far post, gone too early. Free kick Milan. Falling behind here, Vardiol gets there. Physical from Vardiol. Wins it not once but twice, and then a brilliant challenge by Vardiol. Phillips, Vardiol. Vardiol then's pulled back by nasty defender and then booted away by the Milan player. It's a free kick. Vardiol too strong. Well played. So, Scott Carson gives it across. Here's Phillips. Hamilton. Doyle. Joshua Vardiol. Mafata. Taken down here. Foul by Jimenez. Referee says no, free kick. And he goes and wins it back. Well played. Rico Lewis. Taken out from behind by Pogba. City wanting to get back of this ball and get back in this game. Normal time. 2 minutes remain. How much added time will there be for Manchester City here today? Fatah. He's done well there, Fatah. He's trying to do too much. Looks quite a physical, quick player. Foul by Phillips. Free kick Milan. Maldini's on the bench there for Milan, but he's expected to make a permanent move to Monza pretty soon. It looks like Manchester City are going to come away with a defeat again here today, unfortunately. Back Milan go back to the goalkeeper. Well, it's looking like a win for Milan in pre-season. Another defeat for Manchester City. Those young players have put effort in. Phillips here can't win the ball again. He's lost out another duel as Calvin Phillips trying to win it. But I just can't get there. Can't get that tackle in time. Lost it. And give it away. And he's done that too many times, Callum Phillips. Today. Barca next as Joel. Yes, it will be Barcelona next to Manchester City. And then Chelsea to end pre-season for the Charity Shield against Manchester United on the 10th of August. Kalulu. Back he goes to the goalkeeper. Pressing by Rico Lewis. 90 minutes about to be on the clock. What will be the added time for Manchester City against Milan? 5 seconds of normal time remain. Giving away. Right. Vardiol. On to Esbrand. 4 added minutes here in the United States in New York City. Can Manchester City find another goal that would put them back in this game at 3-3? It's not an easy one. City will try, and hopefully these young players will push. Esbrand. City across that back line. Working that ball well. Still trying to get it forward here, Manchester City. Micah Hamilton, nice left-hand side. Hamilton cuts it back on his right foot. Hamilton, great tackle, goes down the box. It's never a penalty. Esbrand back out towards right. Phillips back into Esbrand. Esbrand beats his man Esbrand. Ball into the box by Josh Wilson. Esbrand, what a cross by the fullback. But no Manchester City player there. Phillips, Manchester City. Doyle. Vardiol. Amafata. Pulling out the skills here, Fata. A little roulette and spin and turn. He pushing forward with pace. Vardiol. Out towards Esbrand. Could have played it behind him. He's miscontrolled it. Esbrand, he's lost it. Milan player falls over the ball. Referee gives a free kick AC Milan's way. Bakune. Ball touched by Esbrand. He tries to use his physicality. In the end, he's a bit clumsy with his feet and he does foul the Milan player. Long ball forward by Tio. Little flick on here against Esbrand. He's trying to get around Esbrand. He's nasty. Esbrand beats him to it. And he's giving it back to the Milan man who just can't control it. They're throwing City's way. But Joshua Esbrand certainly doesn't look like the player that would make it Manchester City. Doesn't look ready at all. Throwing to Milan. Rico Lewis pretty much a strike now. The first man forward pressing that Milan side. Hunting them down. Kalulu. Milan on this right hand side. Kalulu. Plays in there. Esbrand pressing. City with Hamilton. Phillips nowhere near his man again. Beaten too easily. Torricello. Wide towards Jimenez. Milan is playing with the ball and City can't get anywhere near the ball. Back they go again, Milan. They've had 3 chances, Milan scored them both. All 3 of them. I have to say, I haven't been impressed with Ederson's goalkeeping. Let it slip too many times, City today. In poor positions. Kalulu. And the full-time whistle goes. Defeat in the US for Manchester City. And I am very tired, especially with a pretty dull second half. Thank you everyone for joining us. It's been great to have you all here again. And we'll be back for Barcelona next. That should be an exciting one as well. Final score, Milan 3, Manchester City 2. Please like the video if you haven't already, and we'll see you all next time.